company.
Ground. And I'm just kissing the ground today that I'm able to walk on it. I couldn't believe what we were in for yesterday as old Gloria came roaring through here and cut a wide swath and left a lot of fallen limbs for sure, Kyle. We went out, took a ride around last night, and it was something to see. Second half, Miami 17, BC 3. BC to kick it off. Rooney deep in the end zone and trying to run it out now is J.C. Penney. And Penney gets it back out to the 22-yard line on what might have been a bad decision. For a moment there, it looked like he was going to be trapped for a loss. And it was Penney who finally got it back out over the 20 before Mike Saylor, a reserve linebacker, brought him down.
Some question now as the referees trying to make a determination, maybe encroachment against Miami in receiving the ball. They need to stay 10 yards away from the kickoff man as well.
Mike Ruth, number 68, is out talking to the referee, Tom Thamer. Here he is. And it is going to be against Miami. Okay. And I believe you're right.
Illegal procedure against the receiving team. 5 men not within the restraining area. Refused. First down.
So the ball will stay on the 22-yard line.
And Boston College now will set defensively. Melvin Bratton is in. I really had expected Bratton to play more in the first half. He's in there with Darrell Oliver now out of the eye. Vinnie Testaverde, the big junior from Elmont, New York, and Brian Blades in motion. Pitch back, Darrell Oliver. Good penetration. Carl Creshpain was the first man through. And then it was Garrett McPherson coming up. So Boston had something working that time. BC is McPherson replacing Rory Perriman, got credit for the tackle.
Well, the toughest jobs for a cornerback is to be able to play against the option. This time McPherson has coverage deep, so he's able to attack the ball carrier, move right up. He doesn't have to worry about the pass behind him as he had deep coverage, and he comes in, he makes a sure tackle.
He loses 7 on the play. There's McPherson, the sophomore. Michael Irvin to the near side. As they set their specialty people, the skilled people out, Vinnie under a big rush. Swing it back here, looks for a screen, nobody there. Ball is loose and on the ground. Melvin Bratton was the receiver, and a big rush by Bill Romanowski and Bill Thompson. Melvin Bratton, remember, all-purpose. I told you, this guy is too much. Every time he either carries the ball on a run or receives it on a pass, he's good for about 9 yards. This year, he's done not quite that well, but nevertheless, Bratton is their main man back there, and that time he got nowhere.
Certainly the main man for the big play. He's got tremendous speed.
Ball is on the 7-yard line. Vinnie Testaverde.
Fires it low and incomplete as it short hops Willie Smith, the intended receiver. So the Boston College defense gets a big hand from the hometown crowd.
And that's exactly what Jack McNeil wanted to start the second half.
What a series they had there, and they will force the kick. Kelvin Martin will go back and look up into a bright sun now. When we started, it was sunny, about 70 degrees, and the wind northwest at 20 miles an hour. They'll be kicking into that wind, not quite as heavy, and it'll be Jeff Fiegels, the sophomore kicker. Bounce back, gets the kick away. Martin calling for a fair kick and then clears, a fair catch and then clears out, takes a BC bounce.
I guarantee you Kelvin Martin would have caught it had he been able to see it, but with the sun positioned the way it is, these games that start early in the day about noontime, even though the field is north-south, it means at noon the sun is directly into their eyes. We're going to take a break. It's 17-3 Miami.
17-3 Miami over Boston College. 13-13 to play in the third quarter. Halloran, Bell, and Tracy Giles are in the backfield for Boston College. That last punt by Fiegels, a 31-yarder, not good. Gets it away under a tremendous rush, and Tracy Giles down to the 26-yard line. Bruce Fleming, the weak side linebacker, on the hit. And Gieselman is claiming way downfield. It is being shoved here by number 19. I believe that's 19, Darrell Fullington.
Halloran in the grasp in pro ball. That the ball would have been settled right there. Have a chance to see how Tracy Giles is able to turn the corner, gets his head going north-south, and is very close to the first down. They're going to have to come out and measure.
Halloran 17 for 25 and 198 yards for the afternoon.
68% right there.
That comes off a terrific week last week, and we've already told you about that. He was just sensational. He's had over 1,000 yards this year. He's 25 of 33 for 400 yards against Pitt last week. Halloran has really done a nice job. Incidentally, throwing to 7 different BC players here this afternoon. So again, going back to the thing I referred to about such a similarity between what they're doing here and what they do at BYU, using every one that they can as far as eligible receivers.
And don't think that doesn't help in recruiting, because most players know today that particularly if you're at a skill position or if you're a pass blocking lineman, that if you're at a passing school, you got a much better chance of getting into pro ball today at a school like BYU or BC or Miami than you do at other places that rely more on the run.
So the punting game for Miami has not been good. As Fiegels has made 2 punts, 41-36 or 41. We'll double check that for you. I want to make sure on that. But they have not had good distance on their kicks today. And now Boston College with good field position to start with at the 37-yard line. Now down to the 27. 2nd down and 1. Kelvin Martin far side. Near side Joe Giaquinto. You've got Mahalik and Giles, or Kinbell, pardon me, and Giles a running back, and Giles gets it. And behind the left side of Darren Twombly and Sean Regent. Gets a couple of yards and the one he needed for the first down. Bruce Fleming again, the linebacker, over to help. And that is the 4th first down rushing for Jack Bicknell and the Eagles today. Penn State 7, Rutgers nothing. I knew that was going to be a good ball game. Penn State rated number 9. It's in the 2nd quarter. Dick Anderson's got a spunky Rutgers team. Near side Giaquinto. Far side goes Kelvin Martin. Sean Dombrowski, their regular split receiver, not eligible today. He's got a hamstring pull. Ken Bell, Tyrone Taylor, the running backs. Halloran throws under. That's Taylor. Ball was on the 25. He may get 7 on this one. Winston Moss, the strong linebacker, 6'3", 230 junior from Miami. Computer science major, made the tackle.
Once again, double coverage on the wideouts. Kelvin Martin, Giaquinto, and Halloran dumping the ball off to the tailback, who comes out as the release.
Michigan and Maryland, a couple of top-rated teams. Tight game. 2nd and 3. And it's Kenny Bell, who gets down around the 15, maybe inside the 15. And again, we're going to see Winston Moss, number 92. John McVeigh was there. Army 14, Penn 3 in the 2nd quarter.
Another first down for Boston College.
All spotted on the 14-yard line. We're talking 1st and 10. That's the 5th first down rushing. Boston College with 13 first downs for the game. Giaquinto is stretched.
He's got on the far side, he's got Giaquinto in single coverage.
Yeah, they had Kelvin Martin on the near side in single coverage also, but they were trying to cheat the free safety over to help. And now Halloran is going to come over and take a timeout to chat with Jack Bicknell.
This is really where Kelvin Martin, everyone knows the story on him. There's no way they're going to allow him single coverage anywhere near the end zone.
Sam Timer, the quarterback coach, is up there calling down a play. 17-3 Miami, and we're coming right back.
We're not a company, but outstanding people come to us every day. People who want to make a contribution to a team and do work that really counts. People eager to see new places, do the unusual, and find the unusual. People who become your friends for life. People just like you. We're not a company, we're your country. We're the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Army. We're the armed forces. It's a great place to start.
Introducing something new and rather amazing. A super high-octane gasoline with twice the detergent it had before to give you a plus. A detergent strong enough to actually clean dirty fuel injectors to give your car power and performance it didn't have before. New Mobil Super Unleaded, high octane with a plus.
17-3 Miami. 11:08 to play. Ken Bell and Tyrone Taylor out of the eye. Misdirection that time. It looked like might have been a broken play, Kyle, as Halloran spun, turned back. He was going against the defensive flow coming from the other direction, and he managed to get a yard, maybe two.
Trying to run the option, I'm sure, as he had Ken Bell out there with the blocker in front of him, Tracy Giles.
Miami defense.
Defense had overplayed that time. Again, I think you're right. That call did come from upstairs. They expected Miami to double cover both wideouts. They did, and they felt they could run on him.
Martin near, Waddle far side. Ken Bell, the lone running back. And there he is, that big guy again. Scott Gieselman, touchdown, Boston College.
As Halloran backs up, you're going to have the tight end drop across the middle. It's Gieselman, and who is it? 32, Selwyn Brown, the man who returned the interception for 100 yards. Brown is only 5'11". Gieselman is 6'6", 7-inch mismatch. And Halloran dumped the ball up high, and it really, Gieselman just out-rebounded him.
David Rooney on the extra point. And now Boston College they're making a game out of this one, 17-10. Miami, 10:29 to play in the third. Eddie and Kyle coming back, and it's now 17-10. Miami, as Boston College takes advantage of a short kick, and they take it in on this play.
Gieselman, number 83, who graduated in May, is in graduate school working on his MBA. Also works his way into the secondary of the Hurricanes very well, and picks up the short touchdown toss. Fourth leading all-time receiver for the Boston College Eagles. Really difficult to cover man for man, particularly there by a secondary man because of the size differential.
J.C. Penney is back to cover as Rooney now will make the kick. Michael Irvin is also back, and also Darrell Oliver. So the man in the middle is J.C. Penney. Oliver near side. And the kick will go out of bounds. And they'll bring it back to the 20-yard line. So Miami takes hold now, 20-yard line. And it's a 17-10 ball game. As the Eagles with 10:29 will try and regroup and see if they can get the same kind of an effort out of their defense that forced the last punt from Jeff Eagles, which was 31 yards and gave Boston College excellent field position on the 37. Set up the 11-yard scoring pass from Halloran to Gieselman. Move to the tailback. And out over the 25-yard line goes Warren Williams. Tom Perrell, number 72, a junior defensive tackle, pulled him down. Warren Williams getting more time than Todd Stanish, Alonzo Highsmith, or Melvin Bratton for that matter. And now has 27 yards in the game. Pick up a 7, second down and 3. Alonzo Highsmith is back there right now with J.C. Penney. Give it to Alonzo. And out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Highsmith enough for the first down, easily.
Alonzo now with 7 carries for 33 yards. And for Miami, they've had 6 first downs rushing and only 2 passing. But they still lead 17-10. Ball on the 33-yard line. Highsmith, Warren Williams, the running backs. Nice reception by Mike Irvin, tackled by Neil Eiten. So the freshman from Lauderdale gets the reception right there, and Neil Eiten, the right corner, was the man that made sure he didn't go any further.
Boston College trying to put a lot of people in the defense against the rush, is allowing single coverage for people like Neil Eiten. And let's see if Testaverde tries to take advantage of that.
Boston College has yielded an average of 272 yards a game via the pass. Highsmith and Williams are still in there, the running back positions. Vinnie Testaverde. And incomplete. Willie Smith, the intended receiver, Carl Creshpain. The strong safety made sure that he didn't get it done. Creshpain not supposed to play today, but he did.
Here's another look, and we'll see Creshpain back on the inside as we're taking a look at the turn-in pattern. Creshpain stays right with him, times his hit with the arrival of the ball. Great defensive play by Creshpain. They call him the Crusher.
Last time we saw Willie Smith was against Maryland last year. 12 catches, 130+ yards. That's Blades. And thrown out of bounds by Boston College. Carl Pelagata and Neil Lighton. But he's cleared the 50-yard line, and another first down for Vinnie Testaverde in the Hurricanes. Big Vinnie, who labored for a couple years behind Bernie Kosar, thought about transferring.
Would have had he not been told, what, Christmas time? Is that when it was?
And Bernie told him, and he decided to stick around. And a good decision. He has all the tools to be an excellent pro quarterback. Irvin and Blades, wideouts. Irvin near side, Blades far side. Highsmith, flag thrown, puts the head down, bumps down to the 45.
Hey, Paul O'Connor in on that tackle. Paul O'Connor, one of the offensive linemen for Miami, tackling Mike Ruth.
John Bosa also made good penetration, as Alonzo Highsmith is a man you're looking at right there. Did a lot of rehabilitating in the offseason to come back on that bad knee. Now Mike Ruth making the decision. With the arms on that fellow. If you haven't seen any of our USA telecasts, we've had Mike on a couple of times, but those aren't arms, those are anvils hanging off his 6-foot+ frame.
Hope you had a chance to listen to Mike at halftime during our feature. Let's take a listen to the exact call.
Holding, offense. Repeat, first down.
That's the 6th penalty for Jimmy Johnson's team. Not happy about it. 60 yards. Repeat the first and 20. Ball at the 41-yard line. Highsmith and Warren Williams, the running backs. Irvin thrown down by McPherson. They're going to McPherson's side, but Michael Irvin going high to pull it down.
6 feet 2 inches tall. Testaverde had 4 receivers going out. Let's take another look at it. Testaverde doesn't have quite the advantage that we do of depth perception here, but he gets the ball in high. Irvin comes down, and fortunately, the pass went up over Creshpain, 35, who was in the passing lane.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Warren Williams. And maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Vinnie Testaverde, this is 3rd game, was 24 of 40 against Florida, 23 of 35 against Rice, and having another good day today as Bill Thompson was right there. And they give him a yard and no more. 2nd and 9. We're in the 3rd quarter with 7:53. It's Miami 17, Boston College 10. Testaverde now is 10 for 16, 179 yards. Deep. And knocked down by Creshpain, I believe. Brian Blades was the intended receiver. And Garrick McPherson was also back there.
McPherson was beat, though. We're going to take another look at McPherson. He went up for the ball, did not touch it. And indeed it was, as you said, Creshpain who was able to come over and to help out. But once again, McPherson was beat in one-on-one coverage.
And they're testing McPherson, who is playing in place of Rory Perriman in what has been a soft position for Boston College, the defensive left corner. 3rd and 9 at the 36. Vinnie back to throw. And fumbling the ball. And it was Chuck Gorecki that sprung it loose. And Boston College is getting a tremendous effort 2nd half from their defensive rush. So Miami will be forced to kick. It'll be Fiegels, who has not done a good job. 28 and now 30, they tell us, instead of 31. Gets the snap from Bruce Fleming. Fair catch call for by Kelvin Martin. And line at the 13 or the 12, wherever they spot it. Boston College will take over and head upfield if they can, as Miami's kicking game has not been too great this afternoon, although they got a good one right there. It's 17-10 Miami. Right back. 3 to play here in the third quarter. Jack Bicknell and his club will start it from the 13-yard line. That was a 39-yard kick by Fiegels into the wind, so a good kick. And will give Miami's defense a chance to see if they can hold deep in Boston College territory. Halloran, Mahalik, and Giles are the running backs. Mahalik, the fullback, 226. Giles, the tailback. He stands in the cup back there and then overthrows the intended covered receiver, Joey Giaquinto. They had Fleming back there to help Don Ellis and George Myra, so they had 3 men around the football.
Remember now, Halloran, as you see him drop back to pass, will be looking directly into the sun, particularly when he throws the ball to his right. The sun just slightly southwest of him. As you see the shadows, he was looking right into the sun that time. Obviously couldn't even see his receiver.
Halloran, 57% for the year coming into this one. Better than that today. And pulled down from behind at the 12-yard line. So a loss of 1 on the play. John McVeigh, one of the down linemen, number 93 right there, 6'2", 236, a senior from Miami, was the hitter on the play. He's a transfer from Kentucky.
Let's isolate on John McVeigh here as he fights off the block or tries to move on in the inside. And blocking is Dave Wydell of Boston College.
Mahalik, the blocking fullback. Tracy Giles replacing the injured Jim Bell, who separated his shoulder. So they're getting thin back there at the running backs for BC. Halloran. Oh, my. A rare occasion right there. That ball hit Scott Gieselman right in the numbers. Right on him. With 9, now 10 career touchdowns, including the one he's had today. You rarely see it happen, and now Jack Bicknell will be forced to kick it.
Melvin Brown diving across, perhaps might have tipped it. I don't think he did. And certainly in the reaction of Gieselman, he thought he should have caught it.
Steve Peach will kick from his own end zone. Mike Irvin is standing out here along with Brett Perriman from the 43. Terrific kick coverage by Boston College. And Joe Giaquinto again was down to cover the ball. So the all-purpose Giaquinto, baseball, football, kick coverage, doing a terrific job here this afternoon. We have a 17-10 Miami lead with 5:52 to play here in the third quarter. And we're playing in Foxborough this afternoon. Join USA Sports tonight and tomorrow night at 8 Eastern for live coverage of the semifinals and finals of the Trans-America Open. Semifinal action live tonight on USA and tomorrow. That's our buddy Barry McKay's event out there in San Francisco, and I know it's going to be a fun one to watch. And would like to tell you that it's comedy, it's conversation, and it's Cavett. And USA's got him. Join USA this Monday night for the premiere this season of the all-new Dick Cavett Show. We'll have his special guest, Joan Rivers, Monday at 8, only on USA. Hey, we've got them all. We're even going to break out some of the Kyle Rote Jr. Superstar reruns.
We must really be hurting that.
See how fast you rode that boat. You really got over those hurdles, jumped through those rubber tires.
I tell you, look at the sunshine today here at Sullivan Stadium. Boy, things were different yesterday. The Boston Globe this morning had a nice article talking about Sullivan Stadium. Said that if they could survive 61,000 doing the wave, they could survive 100-mile-an-hour winds, and apparently they did.
Highsmith and Williams, they give it a Highsmith, and he's still on his feet inside the 50 and about the 47, maybe the 46-yard line. Garrick McPherson. Boy, that Highsmith, I like the way he runs, Kyle. Everything is forward. He never, ever gives ground. Purdue 14, Notre Dame 3 now, second quarter. That's 43 yards and 8 carries for Alonzo Highsmith. Pittsburgh, our foes, or one of our principals next week, a leader. Penn State 7-3 over Rutgers. Some of the other games in progress. Vinnie Testaverde. Brian Blades is out to the near side. Pitch back, Alonzo Highsmith. Neil Eiton, one of the men to get there. and Bill Romanowski, a very strong, powerfully built linebacker. And down on that particular carry is Alonzo Highsmith. All at about the 43-yard line. 1st and 10. That is the 4th rushing first down of the afternoon for Boston College. Brian Blades near. Far side goes Irvin. 1st and 10 at the BC 43. Vinnie with Highsmith. And Blades in motion. Give it to Williams. Breaks loose. Still loose. And terrific running by this fellow Warren Williams down to the 17-yard line. Boy, what a bit of running we just saw. Neil Eiten and Carl Crushbane finally brought him down.
Well, we have just had a clinic on how to play tailback as he bounces off the off-tackle move, moves inside, sidesteps a secondary man, continues to keep his knees moving, maintains that balance. About every Boston College player touched him at one time or another.
55 yards rushing for Williams, 440 and moving. 1st and 10 at the 16 of BC. Williams again. Williams still going. Williams still going. Boy, he's like a hot knife through butter, this guy. He is moving, slashing, cutting, keeps those feet moving. And Carl Crushbane again. Warren Williams, a 3rd unit running back.
Follows his blocking on the inside, picks up a pretty good block there, and does it all the rest on his own right here as he continues to put the hand down, tries to bounce on into the end zone. He didn't want to be taken out. Here's Mike Ruth, 68, trying to play off the blocks against Greg Riccozzi. Riccozzi neutralizes him, and we've got the ball inside the 1.
Vinnie at the 1. They'll call it 1-yard line. Long count. Williams again. Williams, touchdown. Yeah, that was only poetic justice to give it to the guy that got him there. And Warren Williams takes Miami in again, and now they lead it 23-10. And what a series of runs he had. And Mike Ruth in the middle of that line, unable to hold that front rush.
Here's another look at it again. Williams had motioned to the bench, leave me in. I've run the last 2 times. I'm tired, but I want to keep running. Give me a chance for the touchdown. They left him in. He did pick up the 1-yard TD.
Got a good block by Dave Alekna, the left guard. And Jack Bicknell getting a little nervous. His time now not an ally. There's Greg Cox to kick. It's 23-10 Miami. And now it's 24-10. Miami with 4:05 to play here in the 3rd quarter. They went 54 yards in 5 plays, and it took 1 minute and 47. And Warren Williams has got himself 6. And it's now 24-10 Miami from Foxborough. Next week, Kyle and I and the rest of our crew from USA will be in Pittsburgh as South Carolina will invade the lair of the Panthers and see what they can do against a fired-up Foge Fazio club that is leading right now over West Virginia.
Tell you what, South Carolina's got a tough game today. They're playing down in Georgia. And South Carolina, the Gamecocks, a team that rolls up somewhere over 440 yards or so in total offense. South Carolina, the team that did so very well last year. They did lose to Oklahoma State in the Gator Bowl 21-14. But Joe Morrison, everywhere he's gone, has done quite a job. Starting out University, Tennessee, Chattanooga after a stellar career with the New York Giants in the NFL.
Tyrone Taylor near, Tracy Giles far. It'll be Tracy Giles. He gets a running start, fumble the ball. Gets it back to the 20 to the 25. And out over the 30-yard line. Boy, I'm telling you, he had a little running momentum behind him there. I think it was Vinnie Blades that finally made the tackle. Danny Stubbs was also there. Miami, a late arrival because of Hurricane Gloria. They arrived at 1 o'clock this morning, got little sleep, but they're out here with that youth and that vigor trying to make amends for last year. 1st and 10. Ball on the 30. Sean Halloran. A little bit high. Miami right there to defend. George Myra. The intended receiver was Tracy Giles.
Myra put one on him. You know, you mentioned last night them not getting a good night's sleep. Really, physiologists tell us that it's more the night before. On a Saturday game, the Thursday night worth of sleep is the most important one. So let's hope that they got it. Okay, both teams seem to have. They're playing quite well.
Doesn't work that way for me. Halloran's 19 for 30. Kelvin Martin near side. Giaquin on the far side. Over the middle underneath. Tracy Giles, and he falls. He'd have had at least 5 more yards. He'd have been able to keep his feet, but he was not able to do so. And now it'll bring up a 3rd down situation and 4 as Giles stumbling. And in 3rd down conversion, Boston College is 4 for 10. With 3:29 to play in the quarter and trailing it now 24 to 10. I know somewhere in this crowd today is Doug Flutie. Darren Flutie out of the game right now. Halloran. Intended for Tyrone Taylor. George Myra was over there to make sure he didn't get it done. So Myra, the middle linebacker, covering the back out. And they ran an under route across the field, and it's an incompleted pass.
Take a look at some of the pressure of Miami. Here adding a little bit of help with outside blitzing. Rushing 6 men that time, so there was single coverage that Halloran had a chance to throw into, but there Halloran gets pretty upset.
Holding offense refused. 4th down. 4th down.
4th down, and that means a kicking situation. Steve Peach will come in. Peach has had kicks of 37, 47, 35, and 44. He's doing a pretty good job kicking today, and he's got the wind behind him now with Brett Perriman standing at the 23-yard line. Gets it away, pretty good kick. Number 19. Gets back to the 20. But Mike Williams, a reserve defensive back, almost had him back in his tracks at the 14-yard line. But it was Jeff Oliver who finally made the tackle, and Peach with a 45-yard kick and a short return by Miami. They'll have possession. What about South Carolina next week? What about them today? Here they are. They're trailing Georgia 20-14 in the 2nd quarter. That's the game that Kyle alluded to. Ball at the 21-yard line. Miami now. Perriman and Blades are the wideouts, along with Willie Smith, the tight end. Alonzo Highsmith and Warren Williams are running backs, with Vinnie Testaverde. And under 3 to play in the 3rd. And Highsmith is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. On the bottom of the stack is Big John Bosa. Boy, that time Mike Ruth got blown back by a big block. And they're double and triple teaming the big man again today. We told you that there'd be quite a matchup up front with McVay and also Fagan against Sean Regent on the offensive line, but they're doing the same to the defense. Vinnie Testaverde underthrowing and intercepted, I believe, on the far side by Garrett McPherson. The pass was a little soft, and Boston College has got it at the 30-yard line.
Testaverde comes back, really a poor pattern run by the wide out. I believe it was Perryman coming back, and Perryman makes the tackle here. Not a bad tackle, but he ran a bad route. That's what allowed McPherson to come in front and to read the pass pattern. He didn't drive McPherson back far enough before he broke it off.
That is the first career interception for Garrett McPherson. Ball at the 31-yard line. Daylight! And inside the 20 goes Tyrone Taylor. And down to the 18. 24-10, 2:11 in the quarter, and Tolbert Bain was there to pull him down for Jimmy Johnson's Hurricanes. Tolbert Bain along with Selwyn Brown, Vinnie Blades, and Don Ellis in the secondary. On a double check, we got Ellis and Brown to the near side in the secondary. You've got Ken Bell and Tracy Giles. Giles put that old head down, got inside the 15-yard line. and down close to the 14. Bain and Blades, the B-boys, made the hit on Tracy Giles, who unofficially has 7 carries and 21 yards. Clock moving in the third. Plenty of time for Boston College, trailing by 2 touchdowns and a couple of extra points.
This is really where having a good running game, or having a better running game, would help Boston College.
Taylor again. Or was it Ken Bell? Ken Bell. And Kenny gets down inside the 10 to the 9. Dan Stubbs. He's about 240, a sophomore. Bruce Fleming was also there. There he is, number 58.
We're going to have 3rd and about 1 as the defense of Miami looks for the call from the sidelines. Got 2 men trying to wig-wag signals in there. Obviously, only one is the real one.
Full house backfield, 4 for 10 on 3rd down conversions, BC. Turner, Mahalik. They throw in the end zone. No! Ken Bell, fullback, intended receiver. Benny Blaze defending. 4th and 2, and the crowd wants Boston College to go for it, and Halloran trying to size it up right now.
Well, they had the call. The man was open. You had also the tight end open that Halloran was unable to see.
Halloran is 20 of 33 for 222 yards. Mahalik and Giles out of the eye. Miami with a 6-man front now. First down. Going to be close. Tracy Giles.
He's got it, yeah.
Tracy Giles on a big hitter off the left side. Bowetzky and Twombly, as well as Sean Regent. And they did some big bumping to get the first down. Selwyn, Brown, and McVeigh, the hitters.
Have a double team on the inside on Jerome Brown, and he's the man they tried to run by. Picked up enough for the first down, but again, you've got an all-experienced, pretty much front line for Boston College in the offensive line.
Ken Bell, Tyrone Taylor in the eye. Halloran under the center, calling the shots. 1st and goal at the 6. Halloran trying to go to Gieselman, but Selwyn Brown was coming on along with John McVeigh, and he had to drop down to make that throw that time.
Well, he didn't want to give up another interception, so he really tried to pinpoint it. Couldn't throw the ball high. Selwyn moved in front.
Tyrone Taylor and Kenny Bell come off, say something to Jack Bicknell. They have Mahalik and Tracy Giles in there right now, the running back combination. That's Casparello in motion. Give it to Giles. Down to the 2. And Mahalik with a running lead block to give Giles some running room. And Selwyn Brown sucked it up and made a good effort defensively to prevent the 6 points.
Well, BC and Miami are nothing if not exciting to watch. Continue to try to keep it on the ground. Again, it hurts being this close to the goal line for the passing game.
And that is the end of the 3rd quarter, Kyle, and we'll be back. Boston College is rolling. It's 24-10 Miami. We'll be right back. Traveling to Foxborough, a serene Foxborough today. We should have seen it yesterday when Gloria did a nasty job on this part of the country. Giles and Mahalik, the running backs. Tracy Giles. And Miami is ready for it. And they got a lot of help from a bunch of people. Number 91, Rod Carter was there. John McVeigh was there.
Look at the inside penetration by Miami. Number 98, Jerome Brown, is there. Also penetration by John McVeigh.
Ball on the 3.5-yard line. 4th down coming. BC going for it. Mahalik and Giles. They need a big hit this time to pop him free. Halloran. Intended for Gieselman. Deflected at the last moment by number 29, Don Ellis, who came over. And Miami will take over. So unable to take advantage of a couple of situations today, and it's hurt Boston College.
Well, look at all the people that Gieselman is going to try to beat. He has to get some penetration there, and you've got Miami linebackers and secondary men strung all the way across. It was tipped in